Good morning. Welcome back. Glad to have you guys. This week I decided that we would do a week of all the jobs I do. So, yeah, it should be smaller clips of my whole week. And yeah, can talk about just kind of what I do, more or less, all the types of jobs I do. All right, guys, it's Monday morning here, and my first job of the week is going to be a furniture build. Not something I really look forward to anymore. This was the first type of job I did as a handyman, but now as things have progressed in my career, I've learned so much more. I really try and avoid these jobs. They're quite boring. They don't really involve a lot of thinking. You just follow the directions. Also, they don't pay very well. Many people can do this, so there's a lot of competition. So, yeah, I can't charge that much. This estimate was approved though, so I was paid pretty well for such a small piece of furniture. So no complaints. I was very happy with the customer, and yeah, it turned out well. She was happy, and yeah, everybody was good. All right, on to the second job here, and this job was way more fun. Basically, this customer just moved into their house, and their hot water heater, well, they had no hot water. Learned a lot actually. Did make a mistake and ended up getting soaked, but in the end, I was able to get it working, and yeah, and I learned a lot. I learned more about the on-demand hot water heaters, which is something I'm super interested in. So yeah, continuing education there. Also, she had just a few other things you'll see in a minute. An electric radiator she couldn't turn on, so I turned it on for her. She had a bunch of other stuff. All right, guys, it's Tuesday morning, and I'm starting one of three jobs. The first one here is just I'm mounting a clothing rack to the wall. People here use this to just dry their clothes. Most people don't have a dryer. So I'm actually using different fixings as well. On the bottom, I'm just using regular wall plugs. On the top, on the outer edges, I'm using special butterfly wall fixings. This is a drywall, and in the middle, I'm on a stud. So I'm using drywall screws to go into the stud. Okay, second job of the day is a repair of a Persiana. This is more or less a shade, I guess you would call it in English. And yeah, a little difficult. Well, I got kind of lucky actually. It was painted over, so the screws were all painted over. I had to get into those. And inside these boxes, it's always super dusty. I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but tons of dust came out. And and then from there, I'm just yeah giving it a repair. It broke at the top, so I'm just creating new holes and just fixing it again. And yeah, actually, I got pretty lucky. No real problems here. Sometimes there's other things can go wrong, but this is a pretty straightforward fix. And yeah, went well. And the last job of the day here was hanging two curtains over a doorway. Yeah, this was a good job. Little tricky. You have to be very careful doing this. You have to be very precise. You don't have much room for error. And yeah, fortunately, I took my time, and this one looked really good when I was done. I was really happy with how it came out. So yeah, that's it for Tuesday. All right, Wednesday morning. Nothing too difficult here. Just installing two drawers. Uh, Looks like the previous person, they were missing the materials, so they had to wait for the new materials to come in, and I was literally hired to install these two drawers, and it turned out fine. All right, so here we are. It's Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday evening. Last job of the day, working for a habitual customer. Really nice guy. Yeah, so we're installing some smart switches for his Persiana so that it can work with his phone. Pretty interesting project. I really prefer these electrical projects as well as like plumbing and the hot water heater like earlier in the video. Uh, they just require a little more skill, a little more thought, and yeah, they're just more fun. So yeah, in this project, I actually had to run a new neutral wire from the junction box to the light switch. Yeah, it went fine, and they all worked great. All we needed three of them in the house, and yeah, I'll be going back here next week to do a few more things. All right, Thursday morning. I've got a new shirt on, different color. Exciting stuff. Yeah, so here I am. The door wasn't closing well. They had to push it really hard to actually get it to close. So I'm just taking a file and I'm filing down the recess where the locking pin goes. It takes me a couple minutes, but yeah, fixed. Quite easy. Yeah, quite easy. And on to the next one. All right, it's Thursday afternoon, and I'm on this job changing a light. Uh, as soon as I walk into this job and saw the light, I could see that something was just off. I'm going to start by taking the light down, and now I'm just putting up the support for the new one. All right, I'm going to pause the video right here. What I notice is we have two black wires hanging down. That's not normal here in Spain. Usually it's a black and a blue. What I decided to do was I did hook up the light first. I didn't record everything, but I hooked it up to the light and I wasn't getting any power. So after I didn't get any power, I actually grabbed my voltage meter and I checked it. And what I was getting was about 10, 11, 12 volts, which is not normal. It should have been about 230. So now I have to start a new investigation. I start asking the client for some information, but they don't really know anything. I had the idea that maybe there was lower voltage there and the lights there were just somehow different because the house was a little bit older. And yeah, I just thought, let me see if there's a reason why the voltage is so low here. So what I found was the oldest transformer that I've ever come across. Um, Maybe they're not that old. Maybe I'm just inexperienced. But as you can see, if you look above, it says 230, and then it goes down to 12. So it looks like 230 volts is going into this transformer, and 12 volts is coming out, and that's directly feeding where the old light was. So there's my problem.
So once I figured that out, I actually ran new cables to where the light had been, and I just spliced it into the existing cables that were there. All right, and that's it. I got it to work. I was very happy. Happy days.
Okay, guys, thanks for watching the video this week. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give it a like, share it, subscribe. It will really help the channel grow. I'm going to give this a good effort this time around and try and put out a video a week. Yeah, but I hope you guys enjoyed the content. And yeah, have a good week yourself. Bye bye. Thanks.